Okay, I'm Jeremy. I do the vocals and play rhythm guitar in the band Repent.
I am Sean, and I play drums, and Steve's audio is connecting.
I'm Joseph. I play bassist.
No, wait for Steve to come.
Steve is, it says connecting audio.
Yeah. That's
Steve
all
must
yours
have-
was saying before, Sean, was just connecting.
Yeah.
Steve must have bad Wi-Fi.
Oh,
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 Steve?
still connecting to audio.
Oh,
No audio.
oh, there's a little muted microphone.
Steve, how do you have so much
I
trouble?
fucking hate it.
Oh, there you go.
We go.
How's it going?
Right,
All
Steve,
right.
we're just doing a little introduction. Do you want to introduce yourself and what you do in the band?
I'm Steve Thomas. I'm the guitarist,
That's too.
lead guitar.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. Where did it all begin for you guys?
Right here in Casper. I moved to Casper 3 years ago, and these guys were all in other bands, and I started a music production company. And that kind of was a good thing and a bad thing in a way, but when that slowed down,
That's how I met you, though.
I was ready to start my own band, and these guys were in other bands already, but we just kind of all came together. It was weird how it happened, but we just all came together, and now we're doing this one and some other projects, but this one's taking all my time now. I don't do very many other projects. So like I used to interview bands and do album reviews, but I don't do any of that stuff because I'm too busy.
Cool. And when was it you all got together then? Because I think you and Sean got together first, if I'm right in my research.
Yes, we got together first, and then in like, I don't know, eventually we decided to hit up Steve in like December of 2019, and
Yeah.
then he joined the band, and then we hit up Joe actually in February of 2020, and he decided to join the band too, and then we just started working on songs, playing a shit ton of shows and recording stuff, and it all worked out. Y'all are pretty good as a band together.
You work together well. It's always
Yes.
good. So you're based in Casper. What's that like for the thrash metal scene, should I say?
It is a very
More
small
of a cowboy
scene.
scene.
Yeah, it's not the best. So we're working on trying to play shows in other places because the music scene in a small city like this isn't too great.
We book our own shows here, but we have to do basically most of the work on it. There's no bigger bands coming to this town. I mean, in 2019 there was some B-list bands coming through, but we weren't even really a band at that time. And then when everything got shut down because of the pandemic, there just hasn't been any shows in town. And if any shows go on, it's because we put them on. So, and they're to small crowds. We're used to small crowds here anyways. So
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, but hopefully soon we can play in some bigger cities when all this COVID stuff is over.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah, I'd
goal.
say we have a lot more influence outside of our town than we actually do in town.
Yeah, our hometown isn't the greatest. Our reach goes on way beyond where we're based at.
Well, that's good though. It's good you've got options.
Yeah, definitely.
So I suppose the next question is your influences for your music. What would they be? And do you think this has an influence on your music?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh, for the music we have right now, Jeremy wrote most of it, and we're just kind of putting that to production before we all really start working as a group to write. I mean, we all had our parts in the music. It's definitely grown beyond what he wrote, but so far it's pretty much just been, I don't know, working on stuff that he's had since what, the 90s?
Yeah, since the 90s. So
Yeah.
we're trying to
back then.
we're trying to just get past all that. We have a couple songs that we've worked on together. We've got one that we wrote that we're releasing next that we all wrote. It's a brand new song for all of us, and it was our first collaborative effort. And I talked to a person last night that was going to be putting this song on TV for us as the opening theme show for a hunting television show, and that's being pushed back until next year when they get more footage of what they need. But the song's basically done. We just have to finish recording a few parts and then mix and master it. And that song will be released as a collaborative effort. We'd really like to just push past all these songs that we've been working on for a year and a half now and get back to some writing sessions.
Yeah.
That's what we really would like to do. Get back to where we're all hanging out again. And Steve's been in Colorado for last month working. So when he gets back, we'll be back to writing again because that's my guitar guy. So naturally, you want your guitars on the same page when you go to write. So
Yeah.
and experimenting with some new tunings and stuff like that.
Oh, and
I feel that you should get an A string.
Just play bass. You don't need an A string.
But the chugs, bro.
Chugs are nice.
you did mention briefly there about the new single that was just out. Or was that?
Yes.
Do you want to tell us about that then?
What's that?
You want to tell us about that?
I actually wrote that in 1999, and
That's the year I was born.
yeah, yeah. So it's been out there for a while, but we just sat down and started tracking it and mixing it. And we took probably 5 or 6 weeks to mix it and get it mastered, put the video together. Joe worked on the video every day for 5 weeks straight, trying to get it all together. And we had a deadline to get it done, and we got it done about 2 hours before the deadline happened.
Yeah.
It was so crazy. I mean, we were stressed to the point where it was mind-boggling how hard it was actually to get everything put together on a small budget and a deadline. So yeah, we learned a lot, but it was really rewarding for us to do it ourselves as
Sorry, I
well.
hit the wrong button. What?
Joe.
Just explaining war to us.
Say what?
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
But yeah, and but it'll make it easier for next time because now we actually kind of know how to do it ourselves now instead of learning as we go. And now next time for our next release, it'll be a lot easier.
Well, I mean, I'm still learning as I go. I don't know what you're talking about.
But
we
it'll still
actually had to
be
buy
like
a whole bunch of programs for the computer processing part of it. We had to buy different applications to even make the video and make the recordings and stuff like that. So,
yeah. Oh yeah. We dumped a bunch of money into recording the song and making the music video, and but it
much
came out
time.
pretty great, I think, for our first doing stuff ourselves. Instead of just paying other people to give us a subpar product, we did it ourselves and got actually what we wanted out of it.
Good.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I
Yeah.
think it's important if you know the process yourselves as well, you appreciate it more, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. It's way more rewarding for sure.
So have you had the chance to play live all together?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we over the summer and the spring of last year, we were constantly playing shows almost every other weekend.
Amazing. And do any of them stick out for you?
Well, for me, the biggest stage we played on was in Cheyenne, actually, at a Battle of the Bands. But my actual favorite show was the second show that we played at this bar called Butch's, and that was one of the biggest crowds we had. So that was pretty cool.
See, my favorite's still the Lincoln.
Yeah, the Lincoln was
The
cool
size
because
was
the stage
awesome.
was big, but there wasn't as many people.
Yeah.
There's a few people there, bud. Yeah, they're just up in the
We,
fucking mountains.
when we played
Up
the
in
Battle of the
Balcony, yeah.
Bands, we did win our division for metal.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, we were the #1 metal band there, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
And,
that's awesome.
The show that Sean's referring to, the part that stands out for me is it was an upstairs show, and when the floor started shaking because people were jumping, I was really blown away by that.
Yeah,
So
that was pretty fucking badass.
they moved the building. So
And
that
Steve,
was
wasn't
really
your
cool.
stepmom like falling all over the fucking stage and shit?
Oh yeah, she was wasted.
Oh, that's amazing. Best story I've had, that.
We like to party.
Yeah.
So you've had
Yeah.
plenty of radio play as well, from what I can tell. How does that feel?
It feels great. Jeremy's done a great job of just promoting our music and getting out there. And a lot of people picked it up, and so far we've had, I mean, pretty much nothing but positive feedback.
Yeah, nothing but positive feedback, and being on radios and stuff. It's pretty awesome. And we have more interviews lined up after this one. Like, it's just awesome. Feels good that people actually like what we're doing. We're not doing it for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the first interview that we've had with the whole band, and the first interview that we've done since releasing this, the single War. So this is really cool for us too. It's definitely gaining momentum. We got 1,000 views in the first week on our YouTube, almost 1,000 streams on Spotify on the first week. So it's definitely getting out there. And I
I think
push it every
Spotify's
day.
like 1,400 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I push it every day in different forms, whether it's in Facebook or in different groups, or it's the YouTube link or the Spotify channel. I push it as hard as I
We've
can.
also been running ads as well for it. And that's been helping a lot too with engagement and stuff.
I mean, that's what you've got to do, isn't it? I know a lot of musicians now, especially during lockdown and things like that, they've learned that, well, I'll just do it myself, plaster yourselves all over the place. And it works. It eventually builds it up for you guys. And that's
Yeah,
why
it's working out pretty great.
It's a full-time job. You know, I go to work and then I come home, and for about the next 4 or 5 hours, I'm just buried in the marketing side of the band. And that's fun for me too, but my eyes hurt from staring at my phone after a while.
Dude,
There has been a few times where I've passed out at the table with my phone in my hand. So,
I feel you, dude. With doing the mixing and shit, same thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bet,
There's only
Joe.
so many times you can listen to a song, but the funniest thing is like, I mean, mixing War, I listen to the song 15 million times, like everywhere, all the time. And I still like, after getting it mastered, I still like to listen to it. It's kind of
Right.
weird.
Like you got sick and tired of it, and now that it's finally done, it's like, yeah, I actually can stand to listen to this
Yeah,
song
it's
now.
pretty good. Yeah, no, it's ain't bad.
It's always good when a band can listen to their own music.
Right? You can hear it
Yeah.
without having to play it.
That's the really big important part for me too, because it's been a long time for this song, 21 years, and the fact that it's on the radio now, it just blows me away. And I'm so over it. I'm ready for the next song. You know, I'm just like, okay, we're done.
We're reaching for the next release already.
Yeah,
But
me
I still
too.
have to promote it.
Joe is very hard at work getting the rest of the songs mixed and ready for mastering and all that.
Oh, hey, what do you guys like? We gotta meet up to work on Rast sometime.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be probably what we'll do Wednesday.
But you finished
Yeah.
Blood.
We also need to
Yeah,
finish
but
Blood.
Yeah, we do gotta finish Blood, but Blood's not the next single, so I kind of
Yeah.
have it put off.
Yeah, we'll talk about all that when we're not in the middle of an interview, but
Talking of what? What are you doing? What kind of impact has COVID had on your plans then?
oh man, we can't play shows at all, really. I mean,
That's
we
amazing.
can, but not a lot of people show up because they're
We
still
were
scared.
just talking about this. I've seen two posts today. Thunderhead Valley Metal Fest and Rocklahoma aren't happening this year, and that was something that we were trying to get involved with. Those are, anywhere from 20 to 50,000 people, and we were trying to get on those bills, and they're not even happening. Nobody's playing. It's really bad, and I don't want to get into the political side of it, but I'm really fucking pissed off about what's
Yeah,
going on.
man. Like I really want to tour this summer, but it's probably not going to happen because of COVID.
Everything's been cancelled since the end of last year. They cancelled all the festivals this year here.
Yeah.
No.
If we do a tour, it's just going to be some small dive bars and us in a van with the trailer and ham sandwiches, man.
Fun is more
Right.
fun that way anyway.
That's
Jeremy,
what
no
I'm
one wants
actually
your ham
looking forward
You
to.
can't go wrong there.
That will be a lot of fun.
Quick question: with Jeremy sandwiches, it's not really ham.
Bologna, something. It'll be cheap because we won't be making any money. We'll be fighting for every penny we can get. So, especially if we go somewhere, say like Denver, and only 30 or 40 people are allowed to show up, that doesn't pay our bills, So
So we're
basically
eating
spend our
Steve first.
tour out of our own pocket.
Yeah, we'll end up having to probably eat Steve first.
Steve would last
I'm the
longest.
biggest. I can let go of a leg, I guess.
Steve would definitely last
As
longest.
long as it's not his fingers, he needs those.
A lot of thoughts gone into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep the
we're
fingers.
prepared.
Have to have an emergency plan. That's the key.
Yeah.
But we
True story.
are planning our own small tour this summer, maybe a couple weeks, like start in Vegas and go through New Mexico, and either come back up through Denver or over through Oklahoma and Missouri. It just kind of depends on what's available for us and
Right.
who we can get for the bands to play with us too, because a lot of bands have shut down. There's some bands that just aren't doing anything at all right now. It's really hard to book a show, not knowing who's even available. So
Yeah.
You're quite like over here. No one's allowed to do anything. So literally all the live music venues and stuff, they're closed. All pubs at the moment are closed. Non-essential shops closed. And it's been like that since Christmas. So
Oh, geez.
count yourselves lucky.
Yeah. Yeah,
there's a
here it's
lot.
starting to get a little bit more relaxed, but there's still, especially the bigger cities are still mostly shut down. But in smaller cities, they're starting to be more open again. That's the only reason. So in a way, I guess we are kind of lucky because where you're at, everything sounds like it's shut down.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I've got a little one as well. Schools are closed, so I've had her home since they went back after Christmas. They went back for one day
Geez.
and then closed all the schools as well.
Wow, that's
what
rough.
it's like Christmas break, huh?
So
Extended Christmas break.
she's
Yeah, I
loving
know
it.
it's hard. I know it's kind of hard for kids to go to school online too. It's real easy to get distracted, and it's just not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's all right. She's only 5, so I'm not that bothered about her missing the schoolwork. It's more her friends, the social interaction that kids should have
Right.
growing up that
Definitely.
form them into
It's
the people
important.
they're going to be.
Yeah.
That's what annoys me. But anyway, get off that. So we know Joseph's got another job. How about the rest of you? Or is music your full-time careers?
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, well, we all work
I
great
actually,
jobs.
I actually print T-shirts. I'm a screen printer, so I get to do all of our merch and stuff. But that's pretty cool.
It's handy.
And I mean, it pays the bills. I would much rather music pay my bills, but eventually, eventually music will be my full-time career. But right now, I just print T-shirts, and I like it a lot. So
I get to swing a sledgehammer at work. I tear down houses and build them back up again. So, you know, if there's a wall, it moves. We just tear it out and build a new one. So
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of the houses we get into are pretty fucked up when we show up, and then we just make them livable again. They've been abandoned or something like that. So, but it's not as much fun as playing my guitar every day, but you know, that's not paying the bills. So
right.
How about you, Steve?
Right now, I pretty much just drive a forklift for a seed distribution company, but I'm moving back to Wyoming here on the 27th, and it's looking like I'm going to be doing some roofing. I usually do like carpentry and stuff like that.
That's
So,
cool. Though.
Yeah, well, we'll see where I land.
Well, hopefully it won't be long. You can get back out there as the band. So
Yeah, hopefully. We got a show planned for the 6th, so it'll be fun to at least go and play, you know. Even if it's just for a free bar tab, that's always a good time.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, it'll just be nice to be able to play with you guys again in that
Yeah.
type of setting.
there'll be the same 20 or 30 people there as last time, but that's okay. You know, it's been since October 31st since the last time we played.
Yeah. Last show was the Halloween show.
Yeah,
And that was a really good turnout, actually.
yeah, it's
Especially
been
for our set. Our set was fucking fiery, and we all played pretty good that night too. So
I didn't think we had that big of a turnout for that one. I thought it was only a
for that
couple people.
one, yeah, we had the biggest crowd, bro.
Yeah,
Out
we
of all
had
the
decent
bands.
crowd there, man.
And we weren't even the headliners either.
I wasn't really looking.
Yeah, everyone pretty much left after our set. The two bands after us like had nobody.
We had fun though, but it's been basically 4 months since we've been on stage, so we've been working on that video and everything and getting everything ready for the song release, so that at least filled up our time to where playing live wasn't such a big deal at that time. We had something else to do, but now that we're done with that song, we would like to just, that's when we booked a show for March 6th. So I got the confirmation this morning about it, and we're moving forward with getting the bands that want to play with us up there and getting everything worked out. So plus it snows a lot here in Wyoming in the wintertime, so we have to be real careful with that too, about bringing in bands from out of town and stuff like that. We just have to be careful.
Right. It just snowed today, actually. It's a wonderland out there right now.
Yeah.
Oh, it snowed here a few times, but we don't get it proper. You know, it's like a dusting.
Oh yeah, we'll get like 2 feet of snow and with 80-mile-an-hour winds. It's a good time.
Oh, yeah. It gets rough. And
Get dirty outside.
Okay, so obviously COVID depending. Don't know how long for. What are the band's big plans for the future?
Well,
I'll play.
What
Start
did you
playing with
ask again?
bigger bands and bigger venues and just having fun doing it.
a couple of days ago, we had a phone conference with a guy out of Missouri who can at least point us in the right directions on how to get on like the Warped Tour or some of these other bigger shows, you know. And I'd probably pass out if we ever played something like that, because it's just a huge event, you know. And of course, we'd probably have to pay to get on that bill. But if we played in front of even 10,000 people for Warped Tour or something like that, that's a memory that I'd have with me for the rest of my life. The picture, you know, of us in front of all those people would just, I may not survive.
But you will.
No, it'll be awesome. It'll just make you want more.
Yeah, that's our plan. So keep pushing forward. I mean, we have a good momentum right now, and we just want to keep acting on that and just keep the ball going forward.
Yeah, we have some really good momentum going right now, and we don't want to fuck it up.
Well, the advantage you have is a lot of people are stuck at home listening to music. So they're all looking for these new bands, new songs out and stuff. So use it to your advantage.
Exactly. Releasing
Exactly.
more music, playing as many shows as we can with restrictions and stuff. And
Definitely.
just try to keep the train moving.
I think that the show that we're doing on March 13th, I think Dynamic Sound and Lights is going to come in and do the live stream for that. I just remembered that.
Hell
So
yeah.
that's what James told me last night that they're trying to get done. And there will be 6 different camera angles on that. So
For which one?
March 13th at the altar.
Oh, that private
Okay.
show?
Yeah,
Are we live streaming it?
that's what they want to do with John Porter.
Oh, hell
I
yeah.
forgot to tell you guys that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. We'll have to talk some more about that later.
Yeah, so we have a couple things in the works coming up, and that the way they do their live stream would be really cool because they could bounce between 6 different camera angles and like get a close up of Steve when he's doing a solo or something like that, and it'd just
So,
be
yeah.
a lot better production than just us on a cell phone in our garage or something.
Yeah, so a real show and possibly a live stream show coming up soon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Look forward to that. And where's the best place for people to find you then? Buy your music, listen to you, talk to you.
Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook,
Facebook,
Spotify,
Instagram.
YouTube,
We're on all platforms.
Spotify, Amazon, iTunes,
Instagram.
iHeartRadio, Pandora Radio, just everyone that plays
That's where our
music.
music is everywhere. And
I'll put all them underneath as well. When I put the interview up. So
awesome.
Awesome.
and before we say our goodbyes, is there anything you guys would like to add?
I just thank everybody for checking us out. We really appreciate that. We're going to keep steamrolling ahead onto the next project, and we're not pushing the brakes on anything. It's just keep the momentum going and go as fast as we can here.
Yep, and don't be afraid to reach out to us if you're listening and you hear us on the radio and you want us on a different radio. Let us know. We'll see what we can do.
Always glad to talk to fans, and we love every single one of you.
Yeah. If you want to contact, the best way to contact us is probably through Facebook. If you go on our Facebook, there's a message button. Just click message and send us a message.
You're quite responsive on that, are you?
Yeah, we talk to everybody that comes through.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Until you get too big and famous, that is.
Still try to respond to as many people as we possibly can.
But we appreciate them. They come on and they tell us what they think, and everybody's entitled to their opinion on everything. They're just as human as we are. So we appreciate them. We talk to them. We've heard a lot of good positive feedback off of this song. There hasn't been any negative feedback, but the ones that have spoken to us, we responded back to. So we always talk to the people, our fans.
Good. That's lovely. That is. It's good that you respond to them.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we're
wanna be able to
fans
do what
too.
we do.
We're just as much fans of music as they are. I mean, we wouldn't do this if we didn't have bands that we appreciated. And if I ever reached out to Megadeth and they responded back to me, that'd be like the greatest highlight of my life.
Definitely. I think even I would fall off my chair for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Thank you ever so much for talking to me today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure being on your show. Appreciate it.
And I'll get all the links in the bottom so people can find you. And if you let me know when you're next, are you working on an EP?
We are actually.
Yes.
We are hoping to have that released in the next couple months.
If you keep
We got
I'm
one single.
looking at having it done and be ready for release by the end of March. So keep eyes around the last of March.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Keep us
But
posted
yeah,
on
we're
that.
definitely,
Like spread the word, so to speak.
yes.
Yeah, we're going to release one more single and then the EP. So it'll all be out there. And then we're moving on past this one and writing new material and just, I can't wait for that because we've all got input, into how we want to sound and things like that. And we just need to sit down all together and have a few beers and get it done, and just start the writing process again of new material and new riffs, new guitar work, new drum work, all that. And that's the fun part about it. We've been pushing so hard to get this out of the way that we haven't really gotten the opportunity to be creative with each other yet, except for this next song, which we all created out of nothing. And that's the fun part about it, is taking something that doesn't exist and all of a sudden, a couple months later, there it is.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking forward to anyways.
And as long as you have fun while doing it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. It's always a blast.
Yeah, do what you love. You'll never work a day in your life.
Exactly. Well said.
Best quote ever, that is. Right, guys, thank you ever so much.
Thank you,
been an
Jen.
absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you.
It was awesome.
Very much.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.